Hi everybody, Eve Everett here, and hold on to your seats folks, it's freaking hot, but Christmas in July is so on. If I sound excited about Christmas, that's because I'm excited about Christmas, like totally. I love Christmas, and yes, I'm one of those people that starts celebrating Christmas in July and pretty much does not stop until, well, I don't think I ever do, and here's why. Because as an eBay seller, whether it's an antique Christmas ornament or a contemporary Christmas ornament, these babies can move and make us money year round. I kid you not. As a matter of fact, as you will see, anything from Christmas wrap to Christmas clothing to ugly Christmas sweaters to antique through contemporary ornaments, you name it, you can move it. 12 months a year, Christmas rocks. First up are these Papyrus Christmas cards. They're very sparkly and pretty. They're by Papyrus, again, which is a very more upscale, I guess, brand. I had 23 cards, and I sold these for $22.99. I shipped these media mail, and what's interesting is I posted these cards in the middle of November. They sold in the middle of January. Again, whether they're antique Christmas cards, antique postcards, all the way through contemporary Christmas cards, they can move, whether they're postcards or stationery. So keep an eye out for this stuff. Look it up, whether you want to lot it up or sell it by the brand name. You can do very well year round. Don't be afraid to pick up things off season and sell them. They will move. Hi folks. Oh my goodness, that picture is blurry. Sorry about that. Very quick. When I'm talking about Christmas cards or holiday cards that will sell/move, what I mean by that is obviously if you're going to pick something that they're a no-name brand with nothing distinguishing about them, yeah, they're going to sit around forever. So I'm only talking about things that you have developed your eye for and you are, on the ball. Like, for example, these Hallmark Thomas Kincaid Christmas cards, these were sealed. As you know, Mr. Kincaid passed away relatively recently, so we won't be getting new works from him anytime soon, and unless they come out of his archives in the future. But in any event, these cards were new in the box, sealed. I had these posted for about 3 months at $24, and they sold. And again, keep in mind that when you're thinking about buying anything from antique to contemporary Christmas cards or Christmas postcards, there has to be something interesting about it, whether it's the painter of light here, like Tom Kincaid, or whether it's the brand name like Papyrus, or whether it's a like an antique postcard that's never been used. I mean, there has to be something interesting or unique about it, or yeah, they're going to sit. So, when I talk about these things moving and selling, of course, I'm referring to things that I just previously stated. So let's move on. And again, sorry about some of these pictures. I'm taking these off a completely different laptop, and I just did not have a way to get these pictures from these items that I sold from one place to another easily. So I literally held my iPad up to my screen and took the pictures. So, I apologize again for the blurriness, but I'll try to describe them and point out what I think is important about why they sold, and I think that will be enough to get you where you need to go if you're out and about scouting for things. These are Metropolitan Museum of Art Christmas cards. As you can see, there's a variety of different ones. What I did was I lotted these up. I found 2 different types of MoMA for short. These religious-based or painting-based Christmas cards, and I set them aside, and when I felt that I had a large enough set, then I put them up all together, which sounds a little annoying, but it really wasn't. I just pretty much scooped them up from a pile and put them aside, and remembered later, oh yeah, I have these, let's get them up. So these are Metropolitan Museum of Art Christmas cards, lot, as I called them. Ended up being about a total of 48 cards, and I sold these for $36. I listed these on November 5th. They were sold by December 3rd. Speaking of Christmas cards, this is not my Christmas card, but I just wanted to point out that often a nondescript item can be worth a decent amount of money. This is a Andrew Wyeth Christmas card that sold at a live auction event on eBay for $7,000, and Andrew drew the card. It was a card sent to him to a friend of the family, and for $7,000 for a simple drawing like that, not too shabby. Okay, this is back to my items. And again, sorry about some of these pictures. These are actually antique Christmas postcards, Art Nouveau period. They are blank on the back. When I got these, believe it or not, at a weigh and go, and they were in a box all together. I thought they were reproductions. They were in such fantastic shape. I mean, I didn't even bat an eyelid. I'm like, well, these are cool. These are reproductions. I like them. I'll grab them, and then I'll take a look at them later. I looked at them later and realized that they were from, again, the Art Nouveau era, you know, maybe early teens in the 1900s. And I was like, holy crap, these cards are in great shape. So I put these up. And it took me about 6 months, but I sold these for $55. This is a Newqua Art Winter Cardinal Christmas ornament in the original box that I got at a Goodwill. And it's basically a centuries-old art form of you paint the glass on the inside. So these are all hand-blown. And if you can find these, you can do quite well if the artist is somewhat known. The artist for this one was Bruce Miller, and I posted this in the middle of November, and I sold this at the very end of January for $42.99. All right, so fair warning. Japanese-made Christmas ornaments are possibly my favorite thing in the world when it comes to Christmas, because for some reason I really think they're cool. And all these guys really are little pine cones. Sorry, that's my rabbit. Little pine cones with you know, plastic faces, very cute. And the 4 of these were made in Japan. And I sold these for $43. And let's see, it took me about 3 months to sell these guys. But these were made in the 50s. They have their labels on them, really cute. These were also made in Japan. They're simple plastic-faced Santa Clauses. And the ones you just saw with the pine cones, and the next couple coming up are from the same lot of vintage Christmas ornaments. I bought like a mid-sized box of them, and literally just kept putting them up and went through most of the box in terms of selling it. And it was fairly nice to sell them because they're very simple. These guys are, just like I said, plastic, made in Japan, about maybe 2 inches in height, and I sold these guys for $29. And let's see, although it did take me about 8 months to sell these. Again, so cute. I just love these guys. See the pipe cleaners that they used as well? These guys have miniature styrofoam bellies, and they're all holding their little Christmas trees, and they have their Made in Japan stickers still. And I sold these for $49.99. And let's see, it took me until the end of, it took me to the end of May to move these along. All of these sold in the United States, by the way. Nothing that I've shown you from the vintage so far shipped overseas. And this is a Nightmare Before Christmas wallet, and I picked this up at a Goodwill, and I sold this in March. I posted it at the end of January. It sold at the end of March, shipped to California for $24. And by the way, you're selling life is not complete until you have sold a Nightmare Before Christmas item. So just do it. I mean, but in all seriousness, it's still a very popular movie. They still have it in Hot Topics, so the kids coming up see it, and it's something to keep an eye out for, because the rarer pieces you can get a nice bundle of money for, and these always sell. Okay, next we have a Kirk Stieff Williamsburg ornament. It's a pewter lady, and I sold this for $28.50. This is a Waterford champagne Christmas ball ornament in its box. Took a while to sell. I was a bit surprised. I sold this for $39.99, and I got this last June and sold it in January. I wasn't willing to go down on the price simply because, you know, if you look on eBay right now, you'll probably see some that are selling for less than $39.99. But one of the reasons I wasn't willing to let it go for less than that is it was a huge PETA to ship, because obviously you don't want it broken, so you're boxing it in a box in a box. It was just ridiculous. Would I sell it again? Sure. If I see them, I'll definitely pick them up. I've sold another Waterford recently as well. I'm lazy. You guys know that. And I just hate shipping this stuff. But you just got to do what you got to do. I know. Should my life be so difficult to find Waterford, right? But anyway, moving on. Okay, so this is a Analee doll. They were very popular in the 80s to mid-90s, I would say. And then everybody suddenly realized that there's something creepy about these dolls. And my partner won't even touch them. He's just like really freaked out by them. You know, they don't bother me as much, obviously. Actually, my mother loved Analee, which figures, right? But anyway, that's a whole other story for another day. So here we have an Analee doll. Now you see, this stocking was, with the stocking, it was 28 inches long. It was just a weird piece. And if you look online, some of them do, the Analee dolls do very well. But as you can tell, do I sound conflicted, mixed feelings with these? Oh well, it sold for $37.99, and it took me about, let's see, it was listed in, yeah, how about that? I sold this last December, and probably about 3.5 months, and it was gone. But check out the Analee dolls. Some of them do move for a lot of money. I got $37.99 for this one because it was an older model of a doll that's popular. All right, so if you're like me and you love the Wango, you've seen these. And I got to tell you, I love them. I don't keep them because it would get really gnarly around here if I did. But I think it's so cool. And what they used to do with these is you could either get them in a kit and you would just literally kind of decorate these by hand, or they came this way from the stores. A lot of them were simply, they came in a kit and someone took the trouble to put them together. Here I have a lot of 7, and I sold and shipped these for $39.99. Took me about 4 months to move them. Christmas wrap. Where would we be without it? My grandmother used to take the Christmas wrap and she would unwrap her presents, but she wouldn't tear them apart like you see a lot of people do. She would very carefully, take it apart at where it was taped, and she would straighten it all out, and she would fold it very carefully so she could reuse again. And I just remember as a kid going, oh, for the love of mercy. But you know what? I find myself doing that if it's really cool Christmas wrap. So it's a sad, sick world. In any event, this is vintage Christmas wrap from most of it is from the 50s. There are a few smatterings of 70s in there. I put a whole lot of this together, and I sold this for $22 and shipped it medium mail. And it was weird because I gotten these last November along with a bunch of other Christmas wrap from the 50s through the 80s. And in the month of May, I got totally cleared out of Christmas wrap. It was the strangest thing. But so I got a huge lot of vintage Christmas wrap and lotted it up and sold it. And this is one of the lots. And again, $22 medium mail, and it's shipped to LA. Kind of looks like a production company. I didn't know that. All right, so anyway, shipped to LA. This is I Want Everything for Christmas Garfield Christmas wrap. Garfield items do pretty well, and but not always. I have a couple things that are still rotting around that I would like to move, but I'll wait and see, and maybe I'll just lot them up and sell them elsewhere. But in any event, the Christmas wrap can do pretty well. This is 3.5 yards, and I sold this for $24 and shipped this 2 days before the lot I just showed you. Do you remember these guys? I loved these growing up. I had a Christmas tree in my bedroom that I was allowed to put these type of ornaments on because I wouldn't burn down the house. But I grew up with these, so I have an attachment to them, and so do a lot of other people. I found these at a Wango, and I sold these in 2 months for 24 bucks. Also, it's always a good time to pick up Christmas-themed items like accessories. Here I have a scarf and 2 pocketbooks, you know, like little dressy evening pocketbooks that you would take maybe to a, I don't know, like a informal work event after work or wherever you want to carry one of these lovely bags. Any event, I picked these up for pennies, and I picked them up all year long. This and ugly sweaters, Christmas sweaters, anything Christmas themed that I think is in nice shape and will move, I'll pick up. I sold these for $27.99. Here's a Christmas pin I talked about in my costume jewelry video, which shameless plug, take a look at it. And this Christmas, it's a mid-century Jolie. It's signed on the bottom. Really cute mid-century atomic styled pin. I sold this for $45.99 in looks like one of those Thanksgiving posted not selling until January items, but hey, $45.99, I'll take that any day of the week. Okay, so I have waited like the whole video to show you these because, believe it or not, these really horribly tacky red, white, and blue tinsel Christmas bells are my favorite. They're basic all-American plastic wall hanging made out of tinsel and small Christmas balls at the end there. Really, really cute 50s mid-century item. I fell in love with it, so I got this for 50 cents at a yard sale and sold it for $25. Alright, so consider this part 2 of my Christmas in July video. Now I'm going to show you some things from different sellers that I find very inspiring, and I think that they're very cool in one shape or form, and I want you to feel inspired by them the way that I am. Here we have what's called the automobile race with Santa. It's a complete game, and it's sold for $1,025. Really cool game, totally complete, and I'm really happy that the seller put this up for auction and did very well with it. And again, this is the game board for the automobile race game that had Santa on the front that I just showed you. It's just so cool because you have your little spinner wheel and you move your pieces around this board. It has a feel to it when I look at it, even though it's from the very early 1900s. It has a feel of a game or different games that I've played over the years. So it's kind of neat to see. Okay, so this is what happens when you see an authentic vintage aluminum tree, and because you're lazy, you just leave it there. Someone else picks it up and sells it for $405. Boo! I mean, no, actually, yay, they did great. Me, not so much. Yeah, I saw a aluminum tree in the box, and yeah, do you have to kind of make sure it's all there? Sure. Should I have bought it? Yes. Did I buy it? No. But anyway, yes, aluminum trees are always hot. There are reproductions coming up that are cheaper. but to this day, the true aluminum trees are more desirable. And as you can see, this is what that particular style tree looks like put together. It has a really neato Dr. Seuss feel to it, doesn't it? I love that tree. This is a life-size elf on a shelf. This was a store display. So if you want to really passive-aggressively surprise a friend who likes Elf on the Shelf, this would be the way to go. They did get several $100s for this. So anyway, total shout out to these guys. They have an eBay store. They were very lucky to come across this life-sized Elf on a Shelf, and like I said, I think they got like somewhere between $300 to $400 for it. I don't have the price in front of me. It did sell recently, but how cool is that? Yeah, and they even know they have a cool item. They know it, and I agree. Right before I looked at that, I saw this, a vintage pig. It looks like it's like a Christmas ornament light bulb, and as you can see, $709.98. Not too shabby for a pig. In a similar vein are these Santa Christmas bulbs. They too sold, I believe the seller got about $750 to $800 for these. This is a first edition 1843 Charles Dickens A Christmas Carol. End papers are green, stave 1. This was actually rebound, and they got $5,500 for it. Awesome. Check out this really cool electric lit candle from the 50s, and with the scene of the church. And basically you would just put that over top of the electric part. The tube in the middle would turn, and you would basically see lights through the lovely snow scene with the church. And that was sold for $630, so keep an eye out for that one. And to wrap things up, this Italian nativity scene complete with sheep, animals, baby Jesus, etc., sold for $2,500. Keep an eye out for these sets, especially if they're older or they're signed at the bottom, because they can bring in pretty good money. And learn about vintage Christmas items. A lot of things that you took for granted growing up are doing fairly well, and you never know. Plus, it's just fun. You get to bring back memories you haven't thought of in a while. Anyway, that was my Christmas in July video, and I gotta get to the beach, guys, so have a great time and good hunting.